Welcome to another edition of the Load Cell Depot Scales and Weighing Solution. My name is Bill. I'd like to demonstrate you, as many people requested, the LP7516 indicator. This indicator comes in two different models. One that you see here is an LCD model, and the other one is a red LED display. When you turn this on, you see the blue backlight, but actually pretty bright, so you could see it from a distance. Now, today, we're hooking this indicator up to my base that actually I created here in the shop. As you can see, I labeled I numbered the load cells to make sure I know that I connected to my summing card which one is going to be where. As you can see, we have a mounting block here that we welded to the plate. Now, the mounting block is not a double knot, so it doesn't go on top of your plate or the bottom, because that is the one that secures it and keeps a gap between your frame and a load cell. Now, obviously, to do this, you could do it two different ways. You can buy some longer 1/2 inch 13 screws and a nut and just put it together as a sandwich. Or you can actually weld this to your frame and then use our bolts to mount this particular load cell. This particular indicator is a versatile indicator. It could be used for feed, livestock, regular weighing, standard weighing. Weighs in kgs and pounds. You can turn the kgs and pounds on and off as you wish. We can actually also pick our calibration to if you want to calibrate in pounds or we want to calibrate in kgs. I always recommend for calibration a test weight. But if you don't have test weights, have some type of a weight that you know the weight of, like sandbags, 50-pound sandbags. Get a couple, maybe two. Or if you have corn, 50-pound bag corns, have two of them. Now, because these are going under larger frames, I don't recommend you to pile up the weight in the middle of the platform. What I recommend you is scatter it. Put some here, put some at the other side. The reason I'm telling you that, because when an animal gets on it, the front legs are at the front, the back legs are at the back. As a human, you're walking on it with 2 feet, and you're going to say, "Oh, Bill, the backside weighs more than the front." Now, have you ever heard of a teeter-totter? That's what's happening. You step in the back, the front of your frame lifts up a little bit, taking pressure off the front load cell. When you walk to the front, the same thing happens in the back. So when your animal walks on it, that particular error disappears. Why? Because you have 2 legs in the front and 2 legs in the back. Now, every single one of these scale kits come with a manual that I print. I print this manual purposely so you'll see what's included, how to set this up, and also I give you a drawing. I made this drawing myself to tell you how to actually put this together. Because as you see, the plate and the shim plate and that threaded block is right between your load cell. The shim plate, you don't really have to use it, but if you have a lot of gaps on your scale, it's not levels correctly. You can actually stack up some of the shims at one side and put less on the other side. I always recommend to use a scale on concrete floor. Why? Because if your feet of that scale goes into a dirt or goes into gravel, it's going to sink in there. When it sinks into that, it will not weigh. It will not do anything for you. This gap is very important also to have there. If you actually have this foot stem touching the top plate or the entire load cell touching your top plate, it's not going to weigh. It won't have any effect on weighment. You're just going to have an error. So let's start with the summing box. The summing box, when I actually connect this, I always connect the home run cable. So when you receive this, the home run cable will be connected. The only thing that you're going to connect is the load cells, the 4 load cells. And if you actually take a look at the card actually tells you 1, 2, 3, 4. So when you mount the load cells, you can number your load cells to the terminal, as you can see. Now, after you actually done that, you assembled your base, you worked on your summing card. What we can do is we can calibrate that particular indicator. So to calibrate this indicator, you actually have to press 2 buttons, the on and off and a set. It's going to show you C01. The set button is obviously the enter button because these are double function buttons. C1 is going to stand for weight calibration of pounds or kg. Kg is number 1, pound is number 2. So we take the 2 because we're going to use a pound test weight. C number 3 is the number 2 is going to give you how many decimal places we're going to have, the sensitivity of your scale. Well, we're going to weigh by 1 pound, so we're going to leave it at 0. Now, C3, it tells you this one is actually set for 2 pound increment. So what we're going to do is we're going to lower that to 1 pound. Number 4 is going to be your full scale capacity. We set this up to 10,000 pound. We have 5,000 pound load cells in there. So we could actually use 10,000 pound on this particular scale. So we leave it at 10,000, but if you need to change it, there are the arrows and you change the numbers. Now, C5 is going to be your 0 calibration. And don't forget, make sure nothing's on a platform at this point. It's going to tell you 0 at this side after you press set, because it's asking you if you want to have a 0 calibration or not. Are we having a new 0, or we're using the old 0, whatever was this indicator was actually tested with. Now, we're going to use a new 0. So we're going to increase that to 1, and we're going to hit set. It's going to count down to take the new information from the scale base. Now it knows where the new 0 is. Press enter, it goes to C06. Now we actually have to have some weight around near us to use. Again, as soon as you hit set, it's going to say 0 because it also wants to use the last calibration that you had in here. We're going to change that to 1 because obviously we want to calibrate. It's going to show you span. We're going to put the weight on it. We know it's 50 pounds. So what we're going to do is we're going to change that 10,000 to 50. So we're going to use the arrow keys. It says 50. When it says 50 and our weight is on a platform, we press set. It's going to count down. It's going to show you the raw count, and it tells you the calibration ended. You can press set to go to the next function, or you can actually press on and off, which basically is going to enter your information. So it saves it. And now it's actually weighing. We have 50 pounds on it, on the base, and it shows 50 pounds. We take the weight off, and it shows 0. This particular indicator also comes with a clear cover. The clear cover is pretty good where it's an in-use cover. So you don't smudge the buttons. You don't dent them. It gives them a little bit of a longer life. So if you put it on or take it off, you can actually wash this off and then put it back on. This particular indicator comes with a battery, but also comes with a 110 volt AC cable. Comes with its own manual that's just for the indicator, and comes with the manual as how to put a scale together. That's from me. So that's another edition of Scale and Weighing Solution, the Load Cell Depot. You can find us on our website, theloadcelldepot.com, or you can call us at 201-674-5761. Thank you for your attention and thank you for your time. Have a great day.